Hello everyone, and welcome to another update here on this year's garden. We'll run quickly through the hobby farm and just see what's been going on here. Garden's been doing good. We're constantly getting a lot of rain. We've got, I think I talked about in the last video that this has been, well, now it's officially been the wettest June we've ever had on record. So, I mean, we get downpours of 3 inches of rain, 4 inches of rain, but garden seems to be doing good. It's really starting to take off here. I was weeding through the potatoes and stuff this week, and a couple times I hit a potato, so they're about the size, there's some of them underneath, they're about the size of a golf ball right now. So they're not doing bad, they're on schedule. Onions are doing good. I actually picked a couple and used them in a meal that needed green onions, and they're starting to get they don't have much of a bulb yet, but it's almost time for them to start. And over here with the herbs, they're doing really good. I mean, that cilantro, I really don't know what you use it for, but it's doing good. Everything has almost doubled in size since the last video. Turnips over here are doing good. You can really see the sunflowers now starting to take off. I do believe that next year I might plant corn again, simply because I really like the looks of the garden when it has corn over there. It's not really needed here, but I like the looks of it better. But we'll see how those sunflowers look once they get a little bit bigger. The beans are doing real good. I see that I have that fence up on the left side for the pinto beans and the black beans and the red beans, thinking that they would be a pole type bean, and I think they might be, but they haven't started yet. But I do see that the center row here, if you go back, the last half of it is wax beans, and I must not have looked at the package because I never plant the pole type, and those are pole type, so I almost should have put a fence there. Peas have all started up now and they're growing good. They were planted later, but we'll get plenty of peas off of those. All the tomatoes are doing real good. Most of them have flowers on them now, so it'll just be a short matter of time here and we'll start to have tomatoes, and them first cherry tomatoes are going to be good. I've been waiting a long time. This here is the Kohlrabi. That's doing good. It's starting to form its vegetable right there, so they're actually about half size right now, so it'll be a couple more weeks and they'll be ready to go. With the broccoli now, I'm having trouble just like I did last year. And the problem is that broccoli is a cold weather plant, and we've had these super cold springs, and then as soon as the threat of frost is done, then I put in the plants. Well, then it shoots up to 80 degrees and they don't like that, so they get small heads on them. I've cut the heads off now. We'll see what happens. I didn't get much off them last year, but I thought I'd at least give it a try this year. But it looks like we're kind of in the same track as I was last year. As far as all the cabbages go, and the cauliflower and lettuces and peppers, everything's growing real good. We don't have any vegetables on there yet, but we shouldn't yet, so just a matter of time here, but everything seems to be doing good despite all the rain. I got a chance this week here to go through and thin out the carrots. They're finally tall enough. Get them about 3 inches apart here, so I got that done, and I hate doing that because it takes a certain amount of patience and I have a hard time finding that sometimes. This area has to be weeded. Actually, this was weeded, and then you get 3 inches of rain and then you get a weed like this that is actually just still growing because it didn't get dried out. So I just have to wait, but this is about the only spot that really needs a good little weeding. There you can see some flowers on a green pepper plant. Some more flowers started on that one. Those are my Japanese eggplants. They're growing well too. All the cucumbers now, they're getting flowers on it. I don't have cucumbers yet, but at least they're flowering. Actually, all of these viney plants are really growing. The pumpkins and all this zucchini, getting those big flowers that stick around forever. Won't be long, we'll be getting some zucchini for sure. So, oh, actually, look at that. There's one started right down there. That's the first one. Alright, so that about does it for the garden here. I'm trying to keep this video a little bit shorter. I think the last one I did 2 weeks ago, I said it was going to be quick, and it was 10 or 15 minutes long. So let's move on to something else. With all the rain that we've been having, just everything is so wet, and we've been having storms, and they haven't been super bad storms, but the ground is so wet that we lost a pretty big wild black cherry tree this week. In fact, here's a couple pictures of it. And since it's easier to peel them when it's still green, I've been peeling this up because this will make some really nice furniture. I still have a couple more here to peel. There's a few little ones that are inside the workshop there. But as you can see here, this is all wild black cherry bark. Here's the bottom part of it, the trunk part. I cut that into 3 pieces that are about 8'3", 8'4" long. I'm hoping to get that cut into boards. I've been wanting to get a portable sawmill. They're kind of expensive though. I'm kind of looking for a good deal on one. I'm looking for like a Wood-Mizer LT20 in that size range right there, and I don't know if I'll find one or not, but if I do, I'm going to cut these up into boards. Max and Chester, they're still kicking. Alright, so in the rabbit barn here, doe number 2, she did kindle this week. Early this week, actually. I think it was on Monday. I've opted not to be in there and touching them or anything like that. I'll show you what I have been doing. I know that there are some that are alive in there, but after what happened with doe number 1, in case it was human error, something that I did, I'm just staying away. And just a couple more days and I'll go in there and take a peek and see what we have. So what I do is I pet her so I get her scent on my hands. And if we go over here, I just push down a little bit, like right there, I can feel them. See that? So they're definitely in there. I know that there's at least 3 or 4. I don't know what it is exactly, but like I said, we'll check it in a couple days. Doe number 1 over here, her the nest box goes in for her roughly about July 10th. And good old Mr. Buck, he's still waiting to do his job. Alright, and last but not least, the feeder pigs. As far as they're going right now, we actually had a storm prior to the storm that wiped out that other wild black cherry, and this one right here, that branch up there snapped off, and that came down and landed inside the pig pen here and bent the fence over there. In fact, here's a couple pictures of that mess. But about maybe a half hour ago I called the guy that has the pigs, and because they were supposed to be here maybe this weekend or next weekend, and he said they're growing, but he said he wants to keep them 2 more weeks before he lets them go so they're big enough. So 2 more weeks and the pigs will be here. Alright, and out here in the strawberry garden, they've been coming in really good. Started getting them about a week and a half ago, and we've already picked, we're pushing 80 of them. I'm keeping track. I don't know what the exact number is. Yesterday we got 38 of them. So, and I see that there's about 8 or 9 more that are ready to go today. Popcorn is growing pretty good. I believe it will be knee-high by the 4th. And this pot over here is doing about the same. Okay everyone, well that about does it for this update on this year's garden and the hobby farm. You can kind of see what's going on. I'll try to get another one posted in a couple weeks when the pigs come.